Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Heya, and so it's been a while, but this is my face reveal. And this time I finally come out. I am transgender. I am a trans girl, and I've been on hormones for almost over a year now. And I just want to share some of my experiences and how I discovered I was trans. So, long story, it's a long story and it's a long journey with a lot of pain and a lot of different experiences. It has also been very wonderful. And I remember when I was growing up, so if I hope this video, with whoever that wants to explore their own identity, hope this helps. And this is my journal. So when I was a lot younger, when I was a kid, around like 5 or 6, I always wondered, I was thinking about like wearing girl clothes because I thought they were cuter. And I remember I used to always play with girls a lot, and a lot of times when we go swimming, I remember one time me and my family and my friends' families went on a trip together, and I just feel like girls bathing suit is so much better, and I just feel like being a boy is boring, you know what I mean? At the time though, it wasn't very clear to me yet what I was feeling, and I spent most of my childhood raised as a boy, as a lot of people were. And to be honest, I didn't really mind it that much, but as far as I recall, I was always very feminine. I was always very empathetic than a lot of my peers. But eventually, growing up into middle school, things kind of got just a bit more hectic. I was having body dysphoria. I was having gender dysphoria. I was feeling very insecure about how the male puberty is affecting my body. I've grown bigger and my voice got deeper, and I had no idea how to, kind of just growing up in school, it kind of just felt like I was so disconnected from my social group, and I was kind of just a weirdo in class. I do like hanging out with boys because they're more brash. I'm kind of a tomboy myself, and it was okay for a while, and until around when I was in high school, I really thought about transitioning officially in grade 12, and I just realized that just through all the resources that I've been through and all the YouTube videos I watched, I realized something I was feeling. I was depressed. I was very sad and just don't know how to get through some of the feelings. I always felt like it was a weird feeling because gender dysphoria was something else to me because everybody experienced it differently. And for me, it was just miserable for me because I hated how I look. I wasn't confident enough in my own body. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I was afraid to talk to... I wasn't afraid to talk to girls, but I do feel like on a sexual part or just relationships, it just feel off. I couldn't get into relationships. I couldn't date anybody because I hated myself so much. And but it was so difficult for me to get healthcare for gender affirming care, and it was back then in Canada, the healthcare system was only for public, so it was really hard for me to find a specialist, and I was just kind of miserable for a couple more years, but it was okay. I was like still discovering myself. I was still just learning more new things. I was busy with uni, the first year of uni anyway, and that was during COVID. And at that time though, I kind of had it like, the whole fanboy thing kind of came out, and I was like, maybe if I cannot be trans, I can still be this. And I kind of just like went on Discord and I hanged out with a bunch of people there, a lot of queer people, including trans people. And it kind of just felt like it was a very refreshing experience because comparing to my old friend groups in real life, and I kind of just like learned to be, I guess, more queer, or just like more like getting used to that welcoming environment, that accepting environment, and learn to like accept who I am as well. And over the years, in my second year of uni, I finally was able to get gender affirming care, and officially I was able to get hormones. I was so happy. And before I was like, will this work? What if it doesn't work out? What if I don't get the pills? I would just be miserable for my life. But it was good. And I got the pills. It was still a long journey because even after I got gender affirming care, I was still uncomfortable in my own body. I was still having gender dysphoria, and it kind of got worse during the first 6 months of hormone replacement therapy. But I have like friends online and in real life that help me out a lot. They really changed my life, and I'm always grateful for. And I know I kind of just like growing up, I'm not sure anybody else would. Everyone's been through puberty or just that period in their life where everything just goes dark. We all been there, and I feel like it's always an emotional journey for everybody. So throughout my transition, and I was experiencing a lot more new things. At first, the hormones made my strength go down significantly. I used to do boxing a lot, but later I just couldn't do it as much anymore. And I was also having a worse gender crisis because as much as even though I got HRT, I was still insecure about who I am. I still dressed as a boy, I still acted like a boy, and I had no idea how to talk to people, and it was just like embracing new identity. And I was like such a loner in school until like I guess in my third year I kind of came out of my shell. I went to the anime club at my uni, and I kind of met friends there. I dressed up as 2B from Nier Automata. It was pretty cool. And then that's when I realized being accepted by the people in my university really helped. And just being in that environment, being in a trans accepting environment is so important for trans girls and trans guys to just evolve more healthily. And did I say healthily? That's funny. Is that even a real word? Anyway, and fast forward, I kind of just kept going. I had different phases. I had a slut phase. I had different I did cosplay a lot more than I used to, and it's always one of the hobbies that really kind of just helped me navigate through the whole journey. Doing makeup, doing cosplays is kind of a way for me to embrace a new identity, embrace a new character, so I could change into a different person. I guess it's kind of like manifesting, but it is what it is. And it's just like the whole transition, I had so much. It was such a wonderful journey. I learned to love myself more. I learned to embrace my sexual, I guess, what's the word for? Like, I guess sexual power, like my gender power. I just feel more comfortable in my body, so I can start dating people again. I start to make more friends, and I guess like that is how life should be. And if you are unsure about whether you should transition or just listen to that, your voice deep down, you'll hear it, and you're gonna heal from it. Trust me, and you're not going to regret it if it's what your heart desires. So I feel like, and for a lot of people, and even though in my case I was always kind of a masculine person, I was always like, I did mixed martial arts, I did other sports as well, and I was always this like very hyper person. I trained in gym facilities a lot. I got much stronger because some other things in life. I never regret it. I'm still like, I would say I am somewhat fit. I am pretty fit myself physically, and I used to be pretty insecure about it. Not just on the body, but also my personality. And on that part, it was kind of interesting because I was always hanging out with the boys. Most of my friends are guys, and I was kind of having an imposter syndrome too, because am I just a boy in the end? Then I kind of worked through it because I took this gender studies course in my third year of university, and a lot of the writings or other trans people's experiences and understandings really inspired me. So now I just like, it's really a journey to be more comfortable and more confident in your own skin. Like, who are you as a person in this life, you know? Because the only best thing you could be is yourself, and you need to have the courage to be yourself no matter what other people say. Just do what you want to do. If you want to put on makeup, if you want to wear feminine clothes, just fucking do it, you know what I mean? And nowadays, over the years, I did more progress on things. I made some dumb decisions as well. But a lot of women that I've met, they always have been just so supportive for me. They always been so friendly towards me, and I just have learned that women are so much smarter, and they can be so inspiring, and they're so strong in our daily lives, and how they think of things is very beautiful. So I feel like it's really, and living as a woman socially has also brought me a lot of problems, because like there's a lot more guys harassing me, and being a woman or just becoming a woman is a very violent experience. I had to deal with my body image, I had to deal with other people's gossip and other things, but I don't regret it at all, and I keep going, and now I'm making this video. I would confidently say I'm so much happier than I used to, and thank you very much. And let me know, so that's kind of the reason I've been inactive on this channel, and I'll add more videos. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of journaling, and probably shifting my content on this side as well instead of gaming. So I've been also considering changing the channel name. I might as well change it to my real name, which is, the drum roll, the big reveal. My real name is Valerie. I took inspiration from Cyberpunk, so you can see kind of my haircut. It's kind of like female V. It's pretty cool, and I always do like the name. I also really love like the anime, Cyberpunk anime, Edgerunners. Lucy is one of my favorite characters, and I identify with her so much. So I feel like maybe I'll shift my content into like more life stuff. I'll just share more of the stuff I watched, or I want this to be a space for like creative, positive stuff. And welcome to my new chapter for this channel. And I plan to actually spend more time, invest more time and money onto this whole content creation thing. And I'll see how it goes. And I'm excited, and hope you guys, to my subscribers, if you guys still keep up with this channel, and I love you, and catch you in a bit. Peace.